So I'm what's known as, an idiotic dog, but I'm also, I think, what's known as an empiric dog. An empiric dog. You can look that up. But anyways, I was just observing how it seems a little oddball that these people in Montana, in the state house of Montana, again, YouTube, please do not try to, whatever you say, jump on me or give me a black eye, just because I'm talking about some of the ironic things that go along with Montana's GOP controlled state government, the organelles of state power in Montana. I don't know if it was the House or if it was the Senate, but they have a lot of problems. It's not a problem. I should say it differently. Some of the outspoken, like this one woman, I don't even know what her name is. She's got a funny name. It's one of those names with a hyphen in it. But she is in Montana. I believe she is in the state's House. And she said during an impassioned speech that she would rather her daughter be suicidal than transition. And it's even a funny way to broach the subject, I mean, she said she's one of those parents who lived with a daughter who was suicidal for 3 years because she was not going to, the mom there, and I forget what the mom's name, it's called Seekins Crow. Seekins Crow. This is a Representative Seekins Crow. She said in her speech, someone once asked me, wouldn't I just do anything to help save her? And I really had to think. And the answer was no. No, I wouldn't. But that's okay. But I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube just because I'm an idiotic, stupid, or maybe an empiric dog and I'm trying to, figure out. The mom went on to say, I was not going to give in to her emotional manipulation because she was incapable of making those decisions, and I had to make those decisions for her. That's a good sentiment, Mussolini. But whatever, it's all right. She said she wasn't going to tear me apart. She wasn't going to tear my family apart. And it's, you can't let your kids, drag you down. You can't, as a dog, I know, you can't let your kids to, smother you. You can't put them first. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that I was going to say is then, the guy who's the guy that, I think the governor of Montana, he's got a non-binary son, and he put, whatever, or it could be the lieutenant governor, somebody there, I don't even know. I think this guy's name is Governor Greg Gain-40. He signed a law banning transgender affirming care, I believe for, underage, under 18 or something along those lines from all your youth. So anyways, the one thing I was going to ask is, according to Mr. Gain-40, Governor Gain-40, and Mrs. Seekins Crow, there's something wrong with their kids, right? One's got a non-binary, one's got a transgender. It's not me. I'm not saying it. They're saying it. They're saying something so wrong they have to step in with the power of government, do a lot of thought police action, double speak terms, and just really clamp down and force people to think or at least behave the way that they're going to dictate. But so they understand something's wrong there because they have to step in and use the organelles, the power of government to control and to manipulate and, whatever, crush down, whatever you would say, the dissent, and just get people conforming. They had to use the power of government to make sure people conformed utterly to their way of thought at the point of a gun if necessary. So there's something wrong there, but was there something wrong with the way you raised your kids there? Do you carry some sort of a transgender, non-binary gene in the drinking water in Montana? Is there something? And don't get me started, YouTube. I'm not trying to say, it just strikes me as funny as I observe that some of the most powerful, governmental figures in the state who are behind this really, and I shouldn't have to say the Republican, of course the Republican, but they're the ones who are, use the power of government impassionately to stomp out and stifle and, create whatever you would say. So it's not me who's saying it's wrong, but do they view it from their standpoint, there's something wrong. Is there something wrong with, what's inside them that they gave issue to the non-binary, the transgender-esque? Is there something in their household that they're not, it's askew? They're producing these people in their own house. They're responsible for making, does it ever strike them as like they're standing there saying, we're going to pass laws, we're going to control, we're going to dictate? Gosh, why if there's something so bad, why didn't I try to stop in the house when she was like 4 or 5? I'm the dad, or I'm the mom. I couldn't do better. This is what I'm doing. This is what I made. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's wrong to think that way. I'm just saying it's so hypocritical. I had to point it out. I empirically discovered it, so to speak, and I wanted to point that out. I'm not even that sure. Just because you're empiric doesn't mean you're not still idiotic.